It is a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld today. I'm B-Ron. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host Yells. Good morning, sir. It's Tuesday. How you doing?
You know how I feel about Tuesdays. And I may be battling a little case of the strep throat. I had my daughter got
Oh
sick
no.
yesterday, man, and she was looking
Oh.
all sad, be run. I said, you know what, sweetheart, come blow in daddy's breath. I'm a suck all the sickness out of you like the Green Mile. And didn't know she had strep
Yeah.
throat though. So looks like I was able to do what I intended to do. But
Yeah.
now I'm not so well. But hey,
Unfortunately.
I'm here with you, man. Don't get too close.
Hey, I appreciate being here all the same, man. Thank you for fighting through. We're going to have Cole Webb joining us later on in the show.
Ooh.
Just to give you a heads up about that. Stay tuned for that. But until then, we got some discussions. Let's get into them first. Season is getting closer, and want to know, 3-point leaders this season. No Trey Turner is in Seymour Prep anymore. He's gone. He's moved on to Tennessee. He'll be lighting it up over there. I'm sure for the Volunteers. Very happy about that for him. But the question now becomes, who's gonna take that spot? Because I don't think anyone's gonna hit that high mark that Trey hit this past season. But who's going to lead the league in three-pointer? Who has the best chance to do it this season, in your opinion?
Ah man, there's a few people I would lean to. I want to see. I mean, everyone's gonna start talking. If this subject goes viral or whatnot, everyone's gonna start talking about their favorites. But we're talking about realistically what can happen, not who has the opportunity. Who's probably gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
I think Daniel Ori has a really good
Yeah.
shot. I think Adam Mahmoud, who came on really strong last season, has a really good shot.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna throw a look right after I said everything I said about no dark horses, but I am gonna throw what I think is two dark horses out there, and I'm
I
gonna
think
say,
we're going to have dark horse in these conversations because we don't know yet.
but they have to be realistic. That's what I'm saying. Everybody just kind of pulls their fave, and I think this will lead to the point. I think Jetson Halliday the third, which is a personal fave of mine. Jetson Halliday and Cam Jones now at Run DMV. I'm not going to call them what Rick calls them. But those four guys, and here's why, right? There's a lot of guys that I could say can shoot the lights out. Dylan Harper's one of them out in Indy. Cole Webb, who's going to be joined later, he can shoot once he gets hot. I mean, he gets rolling. There's a ton of guys. Aiden Weaver
Yeah.
out of Alabama, we had him on earlier in the year. There's a lot of guys that can shoot, but I think these four guys, I think they're going to be left open. I think the way the team is schemed, the shot opportunities are going to be there for them to shoot repeatedly and often. I think the spacing is going to be there. I mean, Adam
Yeah.
Mahmoud, the focus is going to be on Royce Anderson. They're almost a one-man show
Right.
unless people learn about Willie Styles and what he's able to do. But that's going to open up the floor. Mahmoud was on fire last season, even when he
It
wasn't
was.
open. And I think this year he gets to see more shot opportunities. I think Daniel Ori, he had a stint there that was crazy. He's going to have lots of shot opportunities there. And then when you come and talk about Cam Jones, like I don't know what offense Run DMV could actually be running other than trying to spread the floor and just shoot threes, almost like a fast-paced Princeton offense. Just find the open shooter, and that's what he does. Him and Pinkert, it seems like that team's catered around that. And then lastly, like I said, look, I forgot my last guy here. I forgot my last guy. Not Cam Jones, excuse me. Daniel Ori. I ran through Daniel Ori. Cam Jones. Oh, what just happened here? Mahmoud.
Yeah.
Look, I'm
Your
trying to
last
break down. I'm breaking
right.
down my
Yeah.
last one, and now I don't remember who it was. Nevertheless,
Hey.
those guys are going to have
Yeah.
opportunities because they're going to be able to shoot the ball. They're going to be wide open. Shout out to Shooter McGavin too. I just don't
Yeah.
think he's going to get the opportunities to shoot playing like that alongside Cooper Flag.
No, I don't think. I think you're right there in that regard. Out of the names you mentioned there, in my opinion, I think who's going to have the best chance to do it is Daniel Ori, because I feel like the way that Coach Lytle is building that team, I feel like with Johan being the main guy, that'll give Hori the space to do what he needs to do best, and that's shoot the ball. Because they'll have to key in on Johan. That leaves Hori open for more opportunities. So that's my pick as of right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing with you. He was on my list. I don't know what you want me to
Yeah.
say. He was on
Yeah. No, no, no,
my.
no, no. You're good. You're good. It might not be a quote unquote hot take, but it's a take nonetheless. So
So
do
here's
with that what you will.
here's the deal. Here's the deal, and let's add to that two caveats.
Okay.
Nobody's coming close to Trey Turner. Okay, we're not saying
No.
that.
Right. Yeah. No.
Jetson
No.
Halliday was my other guy. That's what I was thinking about when you think
Yeah.
about Tyree Wells, Daniel Irvin, and Kevon Jackson attacking the rim the way they are. That just leaves a guy open that's a knockdown
Yeah.
shooter.
And
Everyone
you
knows
know
he can
me,
shoot.
I'm a big Jetson Halliday fan. I like his game a lot too, but I feel like because they have so many options
Yeah,
there,
and
that
that's gonna be
he
the problem.
won't, yeah, that he
That's going
won't
to be
get
the
the
problem for
chance.
some of these other teams, B. Ron. That's why I don't have some of these other guys on here. That's why I can't see a Cole Webb hitting that number. That's why I can't see some of these other guys that can really shoot. There's some big guys, man. I don't know if you've seen the kid. Man, what's the kid out of East Coast? He was in a pickup game. He's about 6'10". He can shoot the lights out. Arlo Cook. That's why I can't see him
Arlo
in
Cook,
that vein. Just some of these guys aren't going to be able to put up the shot attempts to get to that number. But yeah, none of them are coming close. None of them are coming close to Trey Turner. I just want to make sure I make that clear. And some of the better shooters out there, you guys are having to share that ball. That's the only reason why I give some of these other kids the nod in that area.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of sharing the ball, Trey Hyman and his brother Sean are on the same team, Bay Area Breakers, and with all of the brotherly duos, trios, quadruples, whatever now that we have here
jeez,
in
Louise.
SimWorld Prep, Trey is the most recognizable figure in the league. Unfortunately for Sean, that's the case, and that comes with a lot of uh, expectations, baggage, whatever you want to say, sort of like Cooper Kingy Cross and his brother Darian Kingy Cross, that whole thing. Living up to those kind of expectations and have those kind of goals put on you, maybe a little bit unnecessarily, perhaps. So, do you think Okay, that's probably the bad question.
Uh oh.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to word the question to you, but there's talk of Sean Hyman and trying to get out of his brother's shadow. That's lofty, and I don't think that now is the time to be able to do it. Unfortunately for Sean, he'll have to do that once he goes to college and gets really on his own if he decides to not play with his brother in college as well. What are your
Man, was that
thoughts
a
on that?
was okay? I was like, what's the question,
Yeah.
B-Ron? Look,
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Sean being in his brother's shadow and
I,
how can he get out and all that stuff?
I'm right there with you. I think college is the prime time to showcase that. I know we like seeing these kids as brothers and family members play alongside one another, and this is the time to do it. They're going to spread their wings as they move on and get opportunities in more, in larger leagues. I think SimWorld U's rolling out 81, 83 teams, something like that, and then when everything shrinks back down to the NBA. Or the SWBA, excuse me. Everybody's gonna go their separate ways. You can't play with your family members all forever. Giannis can't drag. He can only so many Giannis's can drag along their crappy younger brothers. But I don't. Here's in this scenario, Sean Hyman's not crappy. Everyone knows how I feel.
Yeah.
I may have started this whole. I may have indirectly started this whole topic months ago when I talked about the flying Sean Hyman. The dude's going to be great when he gets opportunity. I just don't think that opportunity
Agreed.
is now. I think we'll see moments, we'll see spurts. People will see just how great he is. College scouts are going to see that, and they're going to be willing to bring him in. They're going to see the potential there, and they're going to want their opportunity to showcase it. But right now, this is Trey Hyman's team. People can say what they want. Coach can try and trot out 500 different lineups. There's still a focal point of a team, and that's how basketball works. This is Trey Hyman's team. There's a couple other guys who may come in there and make their way. I don't know who number 2 is. Coach hasn't really defined that. We haven't heard Coach Pope say if it's Sean Hyman, if it's Drew Wiggins, if it's Jamie Ramos, what have you. But what we do know is who number 1 is. So I think Sean Hyman, it's just a matter of time before he gets to showcase what he's able to do. And I think he's a hell of a player, man. That kind of athleticism at 6'7", that's NBA stuff right there, right? That is NBA stuff. Yeah, your brother's 6'10", 240. That's a little different. But that doesn't mean that he's not a shining star in the Hyman family, because he absolutely is.
Absolutely agree with you 100% there. I think that it's going to be really fun to see Sean continue to evolve as a player, with Trey on the same team, and then again once they get on to college and go separate ways, if that's what they decide to do, continue to grow on your own, because that's important as well, and then come back together at some point, maybe we'll
B
see.
Ron, as I'm looking over my notes before I know we got to get on to our next segment, you know who we left
Yeah.
out of leading the league in threes? If he had the opportunity to shoot like some of these other guys, which he is absolutely not going to be able to put up that many threes on Bay Area breakers. I forgot about this man, Jawan Harris. My God, he can shoot that ball from what I've seen. I don't think I've seen him miss. Just want to throw that out there. That guy can shoot that rock, man.
Hey, look, man, from slipping out of the shadows to coming into the light. Look, right?
Oh,
We got Cole
step into
Webb
the
joining us this
light.
morning here on
Step into
SimWorld
the
today.
light.
Cole Webb, the newest member of Showtime Basketball. Cole, good morning, joining us from Australia. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I appreciate being here.
Yeah, good morning, man. I know it's a little bit later for you. What time is it for you right now?
11:30 p.m. Getting a bit
yeah.
late.
Is that how
Yeah,
they say it down under? Y'all say and a half. Y'all call them by the quarters and the halves. I like that. I'm gonna start saying that.
Maybe I'm just a bit lazy.
Thank you being on for sure, B Ron.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for real, Cole. So I got a few questions here for you. First one that I have for you is just a easy question, if you will. What was it like playing your first season in SimWorld Prep in your home country on that boat as that unique home venue in SimWorld Prep?
You know what? Funny enough, it was pretty hard to shoot on a boat that's moving. Like throughout the whole season, I think it was actually a bit hard adjusting, but we got it done. I especially like playing on the road, getting to travel. Really, that was my favorite part.
Okay, interesting. I don't know if you had a question before I jump into my second one.
No, man. This is
Okay,
conversation.
okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, you mentioned the travel. This is unrelated to my actual second question, but traveling from Australia to other parts of the world, as a kid, what has that experience been like for you?
Definitely eye-opening, if anything. Get to experience different type of how people play the game. For me, especially learning the big thing, and then just getting to enjoy while I'm in different areas. Taking a little few hours after the game to look around, explore.
Most definitely. I love that. All right, so here's my actual second question now. I've been critical of your move to Showtime basketball. So I gotta ask you, why make the move to Showtime? What can you do there that you couldn't do with SimWorld Oceania?
I think I just like the. It was a rare opportunity for me. It was an opportunity that I know a lot of international players didn't get, and I think playing in America is going to evolve my game. I'm going to learn a lot more ISO play compared to international, and I think I could have excelled at Oceania still, but I think it's just a leap I had to make.
Okay. Let me ask you this. It's actually a two-part question. So we had Coach Joyner on earlier in the season, or earlier in the year, and he said that the conversation started relatively soon after the season ended. That conversation did not start between you two just before you committed. Can you tell us a little bit of what that process was like? And then my second part of that question is, and they're kind of disjointed, but how do you come in and you play behind the fact that Bronny James was once there?
Yeah, I think for the first part of the question is it was definitely a long-winded road. I definitely had two choices going into it, either Oceania or Showtime, and even at one point Bay Area Bakers. But it ultimately came down to Coach Jonah saying the right things that obviously I wanted to hear, the coach, and a few issues going back to Oceania when losing a bit of trust with the coach, and just going back to that, I just felt I could trust Coach Jonah and the plans he had in store for me. And with Bronny, it's definitely a big shoe to fit. I know he had a fantastic season last season. I got to play him a few times, got to match up. I can't say I'm gonna be Bronny. I'm definitely going to be Cole Webb.
Yeah.
And I think it could even be a lot better.
Okay. Well, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I think that's the right approach. I will ask you said a little something there I wanted to come back to. You said losing a little bit of trust with the coach. So we don't have to go into great detail, but new coach came in, Coach Olsen Myers, or you referring to the outgoing coach?
Outgoing coach.
Gotcha. Okay. We won't dig
Did you
into
have a
it.
chance to speak to Olsen Myers though after once he came in and took over and that kind of stuff? And how did that conversation go? Because I'm sure he tried to convince you to stay.
Yeah. It was it was a pretty short term interaction. He definitely wanted me to stay, and it was definitely a place I could see myself staying. But it ultimately just came down to the opportunity at Showtime was just that little bit better.
Okay.
How many points are you dropping on Showtime if y'all would get a chance to play? I didn't check the schedule. I'm sure you would have had it circled. Do you guys play each other this season?
We do. I'm pretty sure later on in the second half.
Oh, how many points you dropping, Cole?
Yeah, I would like to really match up with Luffy, so I'm hoping to drop around a 25-30 range.
Okay, I like that.
It's just a bit of friendly competition.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So I also have a two-parter question for you from my last one here. It's a little bit of a fun one. Australia is definitely known for its unique slang, we'll say. Do you have the first part of the question? Do you have a favorite Australian slang term? One that you can say on the air, mind you. and then the second part of that is, are you looking forward to bringing a lot of those slang or like traditions to America when you join Showtime? And is there one that you're looking forward to showing your new teammates first, like the Nutbush, for example?
I'm definitely excited to bring the culture of Australia to the team. Get them to try a bit of Vegemite, all that. Slang wise, I just love how we shorten every word. We're very lazy people, you could say. like I'm not sure what you guys call like McDonald's and stuff. We'll call like Macca's or we go to a servo for like fuel or something.
I'm running with it. That's better than Mickey D's Mackers. I like it. I like it. Cole, one last one. This might be the most American version question of our Australian of asking anything about Australia. This is just a simple pick. You don't have to say why or anything. It's just a simple pick preference. Rugby league or Jim Jeffries?
What is Jim Jeffries?
Oh, you don't know Jim Jeffries? Oh my goodness! All right, then that obviously means rugby league, then, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna choose rugby league.
All right. That's all I got.
That's all I got as well, man. Thank you so much, Cole, for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your time, young man. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you play with Showtime this season, and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you very much. Take care. Oh man,
Mackers, huh?
Mackers, right? That's wonderful.
I like it. What if you're not ordering a Big Mac though?
Hey, look, we'll follow with him later. Good question, though, right?
I'm wishing that kid luck. We give him a hard time, but I really am looking forward to seeing what he gets done. I'm rooting for him. He seems like a good kid, and I'm a fan of his game. So,
of course.
Hey,
me too.
We're kind of on the international tip today, though, right?
Yeah.
There's been a little talk, right? We get stuck stateside talking about stuff very often, but Andrei Ivanov. Does that name ring a bell, B-Ron?
Yeah, he is. He's the kid who's coming in and replacing Henrik Vekic.
How big is he?
7'2", apparently.
Seen some footage. Looks legit. 225 pounds, 16 years old. He has a post bag. He plays post defense. If you were to take Ivan Drago from Rocky, he really just has that feel. Maybe not as ferocious, but absolutely stoic robot. Just like, hey, come down here, get bruised up. I think that I think he fits the mold of what they were hoping to get from Vekic, just maybe a little less outside shooting than Vekic showed. But he's going to be big for SimWorld Europe and big, no pun intended, for SimWorld Prep. Where do you see them finishing, and where do you see him Kind of where does he fit on this team? Is he the foregone conclusion as the leader or what?
So I don't know about the leader right away, just because they have some kids returning. Tommy Hughes, Kipping's returning, Buffy's returning. So a few kids are returning there. I don't think he'll be a leader right away. But and he's 16, so I feel like it might take him a little bit to step into that kind of role. But I feel like that he's going to be he should be anyway, a focal point of the offense. If not the leading producer right away, he should be a focal point of the offense at least for that team for sure. As far as where they finish, I think they finish around 500 on the season. I don't know about like record wise. I don't have a record number in my head right now, but I think a little bit above 500 is probably a good spot for them, just because they have, again, with the talent they've added and the talent that they brought back, I feel like they have a good chance to compete.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be huge. I think that he's exceptionally talented for a big man. Playing in the post, which is something we don't see very often, offensively, but also defensively. And I dare say I'll put a number. I think he does lead this team, and I think the addition of Zoe Dorn and Ty Merker are going to be huge for him. They're going to have good seasons, but I think it's really going to free him up, because I think they have a level of control, and Zoe Dorn can do all of the dirty stuff, and he can really teach. Some of that will rub off on Ivanov. So at that size, with the precision he has, if he picks up any of what Zoe Dorn brings, that'll be scary. So
yeah,
looking forward.
Absolutely looking forward to seeing that one. We got the schedule came out, man, for the season. We're getting closer to it being here, man. A few months away. Was there anything on the schedule that you saw yesterday that you wanted to see that came true, or anything that you're looking forward to seeing down the road later in the season, if not, first night?
I mean, it's all good. It's all good. It looks like there's a heavy lean into regional play, which I think is good for the kids and their travel. So we'll get to see some rivalries brewing there. So that I think that I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. So I'm looking forward to that. I do want to see the North take on the Originators. I want to see Run DMV playing BC East late May, just depending on where those guys sit. Late season Yacht Club AT Aliens matchup at the TRB anytime. I know we're going to get to see that, and I know that one's broadcast. That's what I'm excited to see. And then just already knowing ahead of time that the Race to One is starting on, we can define it on June 6th. That's a big day. So, just ready for the season to start, man.
Absolutely. Before we get out, I just want to give my one game that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if it'll be broadcasted around that time. I don't know if schedules will change, that kind of thing. But on my birthday, April 11th, we'll have Bay Area Breakers taking on West Coast Ballers. That's a 9 o'clock game. So, like, I'm looking forward to either watching that game or calling it, depending on what happens around that time. We'll see. But that's what I'm looking forward to seeing as we get further down into the road here. To the end of the season. So yeah.
subtle pub there from B-Ron.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, everybody, thank y'all for joining us again. Cole Webb, thank you again for joining us this morning. I mean, we appreciate it. Appreciate you all listening as always. And y'all, let's let you do the outro today. What you taking, man?
Nothing. See the game. Be the game. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, sir. We'll see you Wednesday.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld